My name is Roman Peshke. I run a $12,000 a month AI automation agency, and I record these daily updates documenting the whole journey. Then I answer your guys' questions in the comments below any of these videos. I talk about what I did today, and then I wrap up covering my YouTube channel daily growth. So let's jump into the comments. And if it's anything around building an AI automation agency, or if you're stuck with your existing one, you have a problem that you want help solved, or just anything about life in general, I'm more than happy to answer them. I just answer them in the order they come in. And I know we had a couple held comments, so I'm going to take off that filter really quick, and I'll start from right here. Hafiz Ahmed Nadim says, hello. Thanks for the comment, man. I appreciate that. Hey, bro, I think you need to diversify your title and thumbnail because honestly, there's no replay value or even incentive to the other videos instead of the new ones. Is there a video where you get your first client, etc.? That's a fair point. I guess the mindset going into it was I want to set and meet expectations for every video where I'm not clickbaiting you with some catchy thing, then you click in and then it's just me doing Q&A in the comments. But what I might do is I might start putting the best question I received that day as the title and thumbnail and work around that. And then I don't know, because I'm worried about just breaking the trust between click and video. So let me know if you guys would be mad at that or if that would make it a more enjoyable experience as a viewer. But more than ready for some feedback. I appreciate that. Let's go. Hey Roman, I'm quite a bit unsure about your answer to my question about time freedom you get from this business model and the work/tasks needed to retain 5 to 6 clients. Could you expand more on that, please? You mentioned something about clients quitting. I'm not sure if I want to do an AI agency because I don't know how busy I want to be to make 10 to 15K a month. And one of the main perks I'm looking for is how much free time will I get? I want to make decent money, but not too much to the point where I'm constantly working all day, all week on the business, serving so many clients. Okay. So, I admit, super vague, but that's because it really does depend, especially on your target market. If you're looking for low client count, high retainers, definitely look for super wealthy industries where you could take on a whale for 10K. Now, or at least 3 for 3K each. Look at something medical finance, something like that, where they have extra purchasing power, and that way you'll probably have to spend a lot of time on the initial setup for those higher ticket ones, but over time the upkeep is way less hassle because instead of having 20 clients and having 20 fires pop up, you'll have one client and maybe one fire, and that fire will maybe take an hour a week. Okay, but back to this question. You get a lot of time freedom from this business model, especially if you're making an amount of money that you're comfortable with and you're not looking to grow anymore. So the retaining of 5 to 6 clients after the initial setup and the quality testing of whatever you built out, I would say is less than an hour a week per client, unless a giant fire pops up. Those are pretty rare though. So occasionally you might get hit with a bunch of problems at once that make you work a little bit more than you would like to. But if you build a good system that's set up well, I would say less than an hour a week per client is pretty reasonable if you're not looking to grow. Now, in order to get to that 10 to 15K a month, initially, that's going to require some hustle, to be frank. Unless you're cool with just super slow growth, it'll take some elbow grease to get that going. Unless you have a bunch of money to blow on ads and you don't care about nurturing your leads. But the initial hump probably be some brutal weeks, but then after you land, let's say 5 or 6 weight loss clinics or laser hair removal clinics that are paying you $2,000 a month for internal chatbot, voice AI assistant, and something to handle incoming leads for a chatbot that isn't voice AI. once you have 5 or 6 of those up and you have everything in alignment for like how to actually set up those systems, after that big old hurdle, it's pretty smooth sailing because you just have to make sure the thing keeps working. So like, don't stop paying your N8N subscription or whatever. So bunch of time freedom once you get over that initial hump is my answer. I would say it is reasonable, depending on the project, to look at less than an hour a week per client. And then you want to make decent money, but not to the point where you're constantly working all day. Definitely target wealthier clients. Do not go for like martial arts schools. If you're going to go for martial arts schools, here's a good counterexample. Counterexample to this would be martial arts schools, which is like for in the ad agency world, that's a high volume, low ticket play because their income, their revenue is so volatile that you kind of have to price to their lowest months. Otherwise, you're going to get clipped immediately as like the first expense. That means you have to build out like a team and infrastructure to handle like 20, 30, 40 ad accounts or more in order to keep that going. And that's a massive headache. You can still make a bunch of money in there, but it takes a lot more work versus, again, back to the like pseudo medical laser hair removal example. You could be charging like a 10K setup plus 2K a month for one location. And then not only are you're making so much more money. So like pick the right market when you're picking your niche. I have my niche selection like walkthrough inside the members group here. Make money with AI, where I'd give you like the prompts on how to pick the right niche, as well as like the manual walkthroughs on how to do it. So it's like the 4 criteria to score it on, and then walks you through that, and then like has you list out 8 to 10 example ones, score them all on the scorecard, pick the top 2, then how to pick between the top 2 to actually like go full in. So that whole thing's inside there on making sure that you pick the right market. But yeah, pick the right one, you'll be golden. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Starting any business is gonna be some upfront work. You just gotta bite the bullet, and then once you're happy with the amount of money you have, you can chill out and just make sure they don't quit on you. All right, we got from Ishus Builds. We got, bro, I'm starting my AI agency and I'm stuck on a website. Should I create in an AI builder like Lovable, Bolt, or Emergent, or manually by Framer? Please answer. Dude, I wouldn't even be worrying about a website until you have like more than 3 clients. Like I'm at over 12K a month now. I don't have a website. I think you're looking at the wrong thing. You should be looking at lead gen. So if you're dead set on having your website up first, use an AI builder just to get it up as fast as possible. But that is really the wrong thing to be focused on right now. I think if you're going to be doing like DM outreach, it'd be worth spending more time on just cleaning up your social profile and maybe your LinkedIn. But the actual website itself, not necessary to start. I think it should be like less than a 1-day project to get that up and running, and then you should be doing all your time on LinkedIn. Let's check this out. AI. All right, go here. Let's go right here. Right here. Continue. Oh man, I accidentally subscribed to the email list. That sucks. I'm not sharing my screen because I just leaked all of my email accounts. So I learned. I'm going through and clicking through Framer right now. That way I can just show how long it should take to get one of these up and running. So we're back inside Framer. I just made an account. Let's say create a landing page for all right, we're gonna let that run. In the meantime, I'm gonna check out my daily subscriber growth. and then talk about what I did today. So today I did 4 onboarding calls with clients, and my head hurts, man. Those were not my favorite things in the world, but super necessary, especially to properly set and maintain expectations, which will increase the length of time that they stay with me as a client. But man, oh man, do I hate doing the onboarding. But what that looks like for me, we're at 561, by the way. What onboarding looks like is come in, set the agenda for the call. I say, for an example, we were getting somebody set up with a CRM. I said, okay, so I have about 30 minutes blocked out. We're going to get you set up in the CRM. We're going to put in your business info. We're going to custom tailor the automations for you in particular. And then we're going to do this last third thing. And then at the very end, as a little bonus, we're going to book you on a one-on-one call. That way we can check in, make sure everything is good and dandy. Just to set expectations, after this call, it'll take me about 48 hours to do XYZ. You can expect, let's say, ads to be live within 72 hours. And then we'll do a check-in in 14 days to make sure that everything is moving in the right direction. Okay? Okay. So future-paced, the next milestones we're going to hit 48 and 72 hours later, and then booked that meeting within 14 days to check in, make sure everything's going according to plan. And then from there, we will book another check-in in probably either another 14 or 30 days, depending on if there are any problems. That way, we always have something coming up on the calendar that keeps them engaged. We can remind them of the results that we're generating and basically maintain that connection with the business owner so that we don't get forgotten and put to the back end. So that's what those onboarding calls look like. And then it's just clicking through a bunch of menus and getting login credentials, which sucks. But that just kind of comes with the territory and doesn't suck. Actually, I take that back. I don't want to speak that into the world. It's a great thing and I love it. And I'm grateful that I can do it. So here we go. This framer thing just took like 2 seconds. This is what it looks like. Let's do, I just say like, can we do that? I don't know, I've never used Framer before. It looks like you just throw in some pictures. Like throw in some pictures. And there you go. This can be up in like less than an hour. Oh, these are different displays. Cool. Yeah. So, dude, you should do this right now. Publish it. And start doing some lead gen. Because that's the main focus. Alrighty. Well, yeah, that's it for today. If you have any more questions, drop them below. The school community will be linked in the first comment. But always a pleasure to be here with you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you that watch these videos. It really does mean a lot. And I'll see you lovely folks tomorrow.